Archangel Michael is shouting through the veil right now. My beloved child, he declares, a dark record has been written against your name. It was planted in secrecy, and if you stay silent, it will erase everything you've built, memories, peace, even purpose. You have 60 seconds to break it, because after that, the curse becomes law. Don't scroll. Don't doubt. Listen. Because what you hear in the next heartbeat can rewrite the entire script of your life. The moment the words leave his mouth, light and shadow split the room. You feel it, not imagined but real, a cold vibration crawling up your spine like invisible ink rewriting your timeline. Every regret, every betrayal, every forgotten guilt begins to echo in your chest. Archangel Michael stands before you, wings blazing blue-white, his sword pulsing with symbols older than creation. My beloved child, he says, this is not superstition. A curse is simply intention turned against its creator. Somewhere, someone spoke envy with conviction, and that vibration found your name. It cannot destroy your soul, but it can blur your path. He points his sword toward your heart. The air bends. You see a faint sigil hovering there, spirals of black light, twisting, pulsing. That, he says, is the contract of fear. It was signed by your pain, not by your enemy. Every doubt you've repeated has fueled it. Tonight we erase it, but you must participate. The walls tremble. Time slows. Michael continues, there are 3 commands that break every curse: awareness, authority, and affirmation. You whisper, teach me. He lifts his sword, the metal hums like thunder restrained. First, awareness, you are not the cursed, you are the witness. The moment you recognize manipulation, it loses half its power. The sigil flickers. Second, authority, say aloud that your timeline belongs to light. Declare it, and every dark frequency must step back. You speak, voice shaking, my life is written in light. No word against me will stand. The air cracks open, releasing a sound like glass shattering underwater. Third, affirmation, replace the space. When darkness exits, fill it with purpose. Speak what you choose to live. You take a breath. I choose peace. I choose clarity. I choose alignment with heaven. The sigil burns white, then evaporates. Michael smiles faintly. The contract is null. The curse returns to dust. You broke it not by magic, but by agreement with truth. He lowers his sword. The ground steadies. Remember this, he says, fear is faith aimed in the wrong direction. Whenever you doubt, you sign new contracts. Whenever you believe, you erase them. He places a hand over your head, warmth floods your entire body. The next hour will feel strange. Memories may replay. Let them. They're fragments seeking closure. Do not cling to them, bless them as they fade. The light around him brightens until the room dissolves. His final words echo. You have broken the spell. Now live like it never existed. If this message reached you, the breaking has already begun. Archangel Michael confirms your name has been restored in the Book of Light. Tap like to seal your protection. Subscribe for more angelic revelations, and comment, "My life is written in light, not fear." Because when truth is spoken aloud, every curse becomes a forgotten whisper. The air feels different now. Still heavy, but not dark, more like a storm that's broken and is slowly learning to clear itself. You can almost hear time rearranging around you. The clock on your wall ticks louder than usual, each second sounding like a countdown, but not to destruction this time, to deliverance. You look down at your hands, and faint traces of golden light flow between your palms, threads that move like living fire. Then, that familiar hum fills the air again. Archangel Michael is here. Not descending this time, but manifesting from within, as though the light in your chest has learned his voice. My beloved child, he says gently, this is the cleansing hour. The curse has been broken, but its residue remains in your memory. Every moment you ever believed you were cursed left a fingerprint inside your field. Now, we will clear them. You ask softly, how? He extends his sword, no longer flaming, but glowing with white radiance that feels like peace itself. The tip of the blade touches the floor, and instantly, lines of light spread out across the room like veins of fire running through stone. For the next 60 minutes of your earthly time, Michael explains, the universe will rewrite your vibration. Heaven will not change your past, it will heal its frequency. Every word spoken against you will be transmuted into wisdom. Every loss will return as understanding. He raises his hand, and 3 symbols appear above you, spinning circles of light etched with ancient letters. Each circle, he says, represents one layer of your release, body, mind, and spirit. The first circle glows gold. You feel your body warming, tension leaving your muscles like fog melting in sunlight. Every sickness born of fear, every exhaustion caused by emotional pain begins to drain away. Michael speaks softly. The curse first attacks through the body, because it knows pain is the language of distraction. Now we reclaim that language. From this day, your body will respond to light, not fear. The gold fades into blue, the second circle. The mind. Memories begin to surface, old arguments, humiliations, regrets, mistakes. They rise fast, flashing like scenes from a life you half remember. Michael's voice cuts through the swirl. Do not resist them. Each memory surfacing now is being judged by light. The guilt attached to it is being erased. You cannot heal what you refuse to see. You breathe. Each vision bursts into white light, dissolving, and you realize how much mental space pain had been occupying, entire rooms of thought dedicated to suffering. They empty now, one by one. Finally, the last circle turns violet, the color of transformation. Michael steps closer, wings expanding behind him until they fill the entire horizon of your vision. Now the spirit, he says. This is the deepest layer. Where fear became identity, and doubt became destiny. The curse lived here longest, but it cannot survive acknowledgement. He touches your forehead with his hand. A jolt, not pain, but power, shoots through your entire being. You hear whispers leaving your body, old self-criticisms, inherited insecurities, words others spoke over you that you accepted as truth. They unravel into silence. Michael's eyes shine brighter. It is done. You are cleansed. The timeline of fear is deleted, and the path of light is restored. He steps back, and the circles collapse inward, forming a single sphere that hovers before your chest. You can see yourself reflected inside it, not the version carrying wounds, but the one you were always meant to be, radiant, calm, unstoppable. This, Michael says, is your new signature. From now on, the darkness that once recognized your pain will recognize your authority instead. He lowers his sword, its light dimming into a quiet glow. The next hour is sacred. Do not speak fear, do not replay old hurts. Just breathe, and let the new vibration settle. Heaven cannot protect what you curse with your own words. Speak only peace. You nod slowly. And after this hour? He smiles faintly. After this hour, the blessing begins. You will notice coincidences that are not coincidences, calls that come at perfect times, strangers who show up with answers you didn't ask for. That is how heaven moves when curses break. The air around you begins to shift again, the golden light fading into morning sunlight. Michael's form starts to dissolve, his last words echoing through the stillness. You are no longer marked by fear. The record has been rewritten. Guard this peace like treasure, for this time, it belongs only to you. You open your eyes. The clock ticks 6 a.m. The hour has passed. And everything is quiet. Not empty. Just pure. If you're hearing this, Archangel Michael confirms that your curse has been lifted. The cleansing hour has begun. Tap like to anchor your new vibration. Subscribe for more revelations, and comment, "My record is rewritten in light." Because when you acknowledge heaven's authority, darkness loses its memory of your name. The first light of dawn spills through your window, soft but powerful. The silence doesn't feel empty anymore, it vibrates. You sense movement inside the stillness, as if unseen hands are arranging everything you once thought was broken. Your heart feels weightless, and for a brief second you realize, this is what freedom actually sounds like. The air warms. The faint hum you now recognize as divine frequency returns. A column of gold rises in front of you, folding itself into the familiar form of Archangel Michael. No thunder this time, just serenity that commands attention. "My beloved child," he begins, "the curse ended when you chose light. Now comes the exchange. Heaven never removes without replacing. Everything fear erased, blessing now restores." He raises his sword, not for battle, but to trace a line of light from the floor to the ceiling. The line splits into 3 waves, rippling outward like sound turned visible. "These are the currents of return," he explains. "They travel through matter, memory, and meaning. The first current, matter. A warmth ripples through your hands. Objects in the room seem to pulse with soft light, your wallet, a photograph, a notebook half filled with abandoned ideas." Michael's voice deepens. "Everything you lost in the shadow of fear, money, opportunity, health, was never destroyed, only delayed. Now the channels reopen. Resources move toward clarity. Expect provision to appear where logic sees none. You feel energy stream through your palms, not forceful but steady, like invisible rain." He smiles faintly. "This is not luck. It is justice." The second current, memory. The golden light turns silver, swirling behind your eyes. Moments you tried to forget surface, failures, rejections, heartbreaks. Yet this time they don't sting. Each memory plays like a film being rewritten. Scenes once filled with shame now dissolve into lessons. Michael says softly, "The blessing of memory is revelation." You will look back and understand why it happened as it did. Clarity is the currency of healed time. For the first time, gratitude replaces regret. You whisper, "Even the pain had purpose." The third current, meaning. The air around you glows violet. Michael lowers his sword until the point touches your heart. A quiet shock of energy ripples outward. It doesn't hurt, it expands. You suddenly feel connected to everything, to the strangers you'll help, to the chances waiting just beyond sight, to the life you almost gave up on. Meaning, Michael says, is the final blessing. When you understand why you were tested, you inherit authority over that realm. You once fought darkness, now you will teach others how to walk through it. He pauses, eyes bright with approval. This is the law of reversal. Every place of wounding becomes a doorway of wisdom. You will speak, and those who listen will find their own curses breaking in your echo. The three currents merge into one spiral of light that flows into your chest. It feels like a pulse syncing with heaven's rhythm. You can sense your surroundings changing, emails waiting with good news, people deciding to call, doors you didn't knock on swinging open. Michael folds his wings. The blessing hour lasts as long as your gratitude does. When you thank instead of fear, you keep the gates open. Fear closes, thanksgiving sustains. He turns toward the sunrise, light gathering around him. In 48 earthly hours, signs will confirm what was restored: finances, relationships, creativity, peace. Watch for them, and when they come, remember, you didn't attract them, you aligned with them. The glow expands until only his voice remains. Your life has not been erased. It has been rewritten in light. If this message reached you, Archangel Michael declares your blessing hour has begun. Within 2 days, watch for 3 confirmations: provision, clarity, and opportunity. Tap like to anchor your alignment. Subscribe for more angelic revelations, and comment, "My losses are reversing into light." Because when heaven restores, it multiplies. 3 days pass since the blessing hour. At first, it feels almost ordinary: morning coffee, a quiet house, the same sky. But beneath the routine, something subtle has changed. The air itself feels awake. You begin to notice patterns: numbers repeating, lights flickering when you pray, familiar faces appearing in unexpected places. It's as if heaven is speaking in code, and your spirit finally understands the language. Then, on the 4th dawn, the shift arrives. You wake at exactly 3:33 a.m. No alarm. No sound. Just that deep inner pull, the same one that happens right before a miracle. The room glows faintly, not from any lamp, but from the thin mist of light forming near the ceiling. Out of that light, Archangel Michael steps forward, radiant, composed, and smiling like someone who already knows the outcome. "My beloved child," he says, "it is time for heaven to keep its promise. What was spoken in faith must now appear in form. This is the hour of manifestation." He extends his sword again, but this time it doesn't slice through darkness. It draws symbols of light midair, forming circles that pulse with energy. You see images appear inside them, scenes from your own future, letters arriving, people calling, financial breakthroughs, reconciliations, healing. Every blessing released through mercy must find a doorway, he explains. You are that doorway. Heaven does not drop miracles into chaos, it plants them in order. That's why your peace had to come first. The golden rings spin faster, sending currents of light into the floor, the walls, even the air you breathe. Michael continues, when divine order returns to a life, manifestation becomes automatic. The curse once blocked your harvest. Now, what was held back rushes forward. You feel a pressure behind your ribs, then warmth, expanding, glowing. The realization hits, the light isn't descending from above, it's rising from within. Every moment of faith, every whispered prayer, every act of forgiveness, heaven stored them, and now they're being returned, multiplied. Michael steps closer, voice now firm and resonant. This is how heaven repays endurance. You endured accusation without revenge, delay without disbelief, pain without bitterness. Now watch how swiftly justice moves when purity leads the way. Suddenly, your surroundings begin to respond. The air crackles faintly with energy. The phone on your desk lights up with a notification, an overdue payment released. A message from someone who once betrayed you, now asking for peace. An unexpected opportunity that aligns perfectly with your dormant dream. You look at Michael in awe. It's happening already. He nods. Yes. Once alignment is complete, manifestation requires no ceremony. The laws of heaven are mathematical. Faith plus forgiveness equals fruition. Fear interrupts, peace accelerates. The light intensifies, flooding the room in gold and white. He raises his hand. From this day forward, everything that once resisted you will now recognize you. Even opposition will assist you, because the code has been rewritten. Then his eyes blaze brighter, and his voice fills the space like a storm wrapped in melody. I command the restoration to multiply. Every seed delayed by envy, every dream buried by fear, every opportunity stolen by deception, returns sevenfold, sealed by light, delivered by law. You feel it. The word return vibrates through your bones. You aren't just hearing prophecy, you're standing inside it. Michael lowers his sword, now calm. When heaven restores, it does not rebuild what was lost, it builds better than before. What you receive will not resemble what you lost, because pain was part of the old architecture. The new cannot use the same materials. You whisper, "How do I protect it?" He smiles knowingly. Gratitude is the lock, humility is the key. Speak often of grace, not gain. The more you thank, the more light you keep. Then, just before fading, he speaks one final time, his voice becoming softer but infinite. What was cursed has become catalyst. What was stolen has become seed. And what you feared most has become your foundation. The golden glow dissipates, but the energy lingers. You sit there, heart pounding, realizing the manifestation isn't waiting in the future, it has already begun, silently rearranging your world in real time. If this message found you, Archangel Michael confirms your manifestation has started. Within 3 days, expect undeniable evidence, financial breakthrough, emotional healing, divine timing. Tap like to claim your manifestation. Subscribe for more revelations, and comment, "My delay is over, my light is active." Because once heaven speaks, reality obeys. The next morning feels strange. You wake up lighter, but skeptical. The logical part of your mind whispers, "Was that real?" And that's exactly when a soft wind brushes your face. The curtains sway without air, and in that silence, you feel his presence again before you even see him. The room glows faintly, no fire, no lightning this time, just a quiet, steady radiance that pulses with heartbeat rhythm. Archangel Michael stands there once more, not with the energy of a warrior now, but of a teacher, a guardian, a witness. "My beloved child," he says, "you have crossed the veil of promise. But what heaven gives can still be lost, if doubt becomes your language." You lower your head, almost ashamed. "I don't want to doubt. It's just hard to believe miracles like this happen to people like me." Michael steps closer, his wings folding around you like shelter. Every miracle looks impossible until the moment it appears. But do you know what holds it in place once it arrives? You shake your head. Recognition. He raises one glowing hand, and light spills across the walls, forming words that shimmer like living scripture. What you recognize, you retain. What you ignore, you dissolve. Michael continues, "When heaven sends proof, it rarely shouts, it whispers." Proof hides inside patterns, timing, and synchronicity. It hides in the stranger who says the exact words you needed to hear, in the delay that leads to divine timing, in the sudden peace where chaos should be. Those are heaven's fingerprints. You ask, so I should look for signs? He shakes his head. Do not look, notice. Signs come naturally to those who stay aware. If you chase them, you create noise. If you live in gratitude, they surround you. Then, with one sweep of his sword, he opens a vision before you. You see your upcoming days unfold, small but powerful confirmations lining your path, an old bill suddenly cleared, a long-forgotten apology arriving through email, a conversation that reopens a door you thought was closed forever. Each one glows faintly gold. Michael smiles. That is how heaven confirms, quietly, consistently, undeniably. The vision fades, and he turns back toward you. But beware, he warns, the same enemy that wrote your curse will try to rewrite your confidence. It will disguise itself as logic, practicality, or realism. It will whisper, coincidence, every time light moves. You must answer with this truth: coincidence is heaven's camouflage. You breathe deeply, understanding now that miracles aren't random, they're rhythm. They move in cycles, guided by divine math. Michael continues, every act of disbelief slows your current, every moment of trust accelerates it. Faith isn't pretending not to fear, it's choosing not to feed it. He gestures again, and golden dust swirls around his hand. The dust forms into a small, glowing sphere hovering in front of your chest, warm, pulsing, alive. This, he says softly, is the residue of manifestation, the seed of proof. Keep it lit by gratitude. When you thank instead of question, the seed becomes a tree. But if you complain, it goes dormant. You watch the orb pulse brighter each time you whisper, "Thank you." You can feel the energy amplifying, synchronizing with something far beyond logic. Michael steps back slightly. You see? Gratitude is not manners, it is magnetic law. Every "thank you" rewires your field to match abundance. Speak it daily, and heaven will multiply your evidence until even the unbelievers will see it. Then his tone changes, gentler now, but filled with cosmic authority. Soon, you will face one last illusion: silence. When manifestations slow, it will test your heart. Do not mistake waiting for absence. Heaven works most when you see least. The light around him begins to rise again, filling the room with shimmering gold and blue. His sword dissolves into the air, but his words remain heavy, carved into your soul. When you see the small proofs, honor them. When you see nothing, trust deeper. For faith itself is the first evidence of what heaven is already building. He fades like morning mist, but the warmth stays. And within that quiet, your phone buzzes again, an unexpected message from someone who had once vanished without goodbye. You smile through tears. The first proof has arrived. If this message found you, Archangel Michael says your proof has already begun. Don't question it, notice it. Every confirmation, no matter how small, is heaven saying, I haven't forgotten you. Tap like to claim your manifestation. Subscribe for more angelic revelations, and comment, I live in proof, not doubt. Because when gratitude becomes your daily prayer, miracles become your normal. Night falls quiet. There's no sound but the slow rhythm of your own heartbeat. You can still feel that soft vibration from before, the echo of Archangel Michael's last message, humming faintly like a pulse inside your chest. The air feels dense, charged, holy. It's as if the entire universe is holding its breath. Then, without a single flash or warning, the light returns, not blinding this time, but steady, sacred, final. Archangel Michael steps forward once more, and you instantly understand, this is the last visitation. The conclusion. The seal. My beloved child, he says, the proof has been delivered. The curse has been reversed. The manifestation has begun. But now, heaven must seal what has been granted. Because unsealed blessings can be stolen by fear. You look at him, trembling. How do I keep it safe? Michael lifts his sword, not for battle now, but for covenant. The blade glows white gold, humming like a living flame. He drives its tip gently into the ground between you. Rings of light ripple outward, spreading wider and wider until they fill the entire horizon. Every miracle must be anchored, he explains, and the anchor is remembrance. Forgetting what heaven has done reopens old gates. But remembering, even in silence, strengthens the seal. He takes a deep breath. The air around him grows warmer, thicker, full of meaning. This is the final seal, the oath of light. You close your eyes as he begins the invocation. By the mercy that forgave you, by the truth that rewrote you, by the light that now walks within you, no shadow shall reclaim your name. No curse shall rewrite your record. And no fear shall touch your promise. Each word vibrates through your bones. The entire room glows from within you now, not from him. The sword burns brighter, then dissolves into 1,000 small stars, all flowing into your heart. Michael continues, his voice deep and calm. From this day, your aura bears heaven's watermark. It cannot be copied, it cannot be cursed, and it cannot be concealed. Wherever you walk, darkness will bow before recognition. You are now identified as one of heaven's proven. You feel tears sliding down your face, but they don't sting, they heal. He steps closer, looking straight into your eyes. Every time you speak gratitude, the seal brightens. Every time you bless someone who hurt you, the seal strengthens. Every time you love without needing reward, the seal expands. This is how the eternal remains eternal. Then he reaches out his hand. In his palm, a small sphere of blue fire appears, not destructive, but gentle, intelligent. It floats between you like a heartbeat made of light. This, he says softly, is the flame of continuance. Keep it alive by remembering who you are, a being of light who survived darkness and turned it into revelation. The blue flame drifts toward your chest and sinks into you. A surge of warmth spreads through your ribs, up your spine, behind your eyes, the kind that feels like both peace and power at once. Michael smiles faintly. Now your field is locked. The seal is complete. The curse cannot return, the shadow cannot trace you, and fear cannot find a door. He looks toward the horizon, a radiant silver dawn rising across the unseen sky. Heaven's mission with you is fulfilled. But your mission on earth begins now. The light sealed inside you was never meant to be kept, it was meant to be shared. Every word you speak from truth will now multiply light in others. That is how heaven expands its kingdom, not through thunder, but through example. You whisper, "Will I ever see you again?" Michael steps backward, his form turning translucent, surrounded by golden dust. His voice softens into the kind of peace that outlasts sound. Every time you choose love over fear, you will hear me. Every time you walk in truth, you will see me. Every time you speak hope, I will answer through your breath. The distance between heaven and you no longer exists, it was always inside you. The room fills with brightness, not from him, but from you. The glow spreads through your walls, into your home, into the world outside. The same world that once frightened you now feels alive with possibility. As his final presence dissolves into light, a final whisper remains, wrapped in calm authority. The spell is broken. The record is sealed. Your destiny is restored. Walk as proof that heaven keeps its word. You open your eyes. Morning. Quiet. But not the same kind of quiet. A living, holy silence that hums like eternal peace. You feel it, the seal, the certainty, the power. You smile, whisper a single, "Thank you," and somewhere in the unseen, Michael smiles back. If this message found you, Archangel Michael declares your seal is complete. Your blessing is now permanent, your light untouchable, and your destiny protected by heaven's code. Tap like to lock your miracle. Subscribe for more divine revelations, and comment, "My destiny is sealed in light." Because when heaven seals, no shadow can break.